What was the most defining moment of your life, Theresa? And it can be more than one, personal or professional.
I've definitely had several throughout my lifetime and my career, but I will say that the thing that really set me on a totally different trajectory in my life was one lunch with my Uncle Joe. It was 2004, and it was about a year before I would have been able to get out of the Coast Guard.
Okay.
So I went to the Coast Guard Academy, and as sort of penance for going to the academy, which is like Annapolis or West Point or any of the other military academies, you
Right.
owe 5 years of service as a commissioned officer once you graduate.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I graduated in 2000. 2005, I would have been up for getting out if I wanted to, and I was really trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And my uncle had served in the Special Forces and
Wow.
had gotten out and had become a very successful businessman. He was actually the CEO of UBS Weber for a time.
Wow.
And at that time, he was serving on the Homeland Security Advisory Council for the country. And so I called him up and I said, Uncle Joe, I need to go to lunch. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Should I get out of the Coast Guard? Should I stay in? Should I make it a career? And he said, you know, let's do lunch on this day, and right afterwards I've got a meeting with a friend of mine from the Homeland Security Advisory Council who used to be an officer in the Coast Guard. He said, so let's do lunch, then we'll go and you can join me for the first part of that meeting. And so I went and I sat down with him and this former Coast Guard officer, and I told him, you know, what I was thinking about, what I was interested in, and I was planning to apply to flight school because if I stayed in, I wanted to fly helicopters and do search and rescue.
Who knew?
And he said,
Wow.
you know, have you ever thought of applying to Harvard? I was like, what? Harvard? Like the Harvard?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, you should apply to their graduate school program at the Kennedy School for a master's in public policy. He knew that I had a real interest in public policy. And I had never thought that that was anything I could attain. I mean, I was not first in my class in high school. I was an average student, but I did a lot in the community and in sports and other things. But I just had never thought about that. And so I left that meeting really inspired to try to go for it. And I applied, I got in, and I deferred actually by a year because I also got selected to be a liaison to the House of Representatives for the Coast Guard, and that was a dream billet, an assignment. So I did that for a year, and then I went to graduate school at the Kennedy School, and it just set me on a totally different trajectory. I met my husband there, who was born and raised here in Louisville, which is how I found myself here.
Serendipity. Here we go again,
That's
ladies
right.
and gentlemen. Amazing.
And now I'm in a totally different career trajectory that I would have never guessed for myself, and I really do credit that lunch, that one moment in my path that kind of set it on a different place.